Good morning, everyone. Oh, love the morning coffee. So, you can see I'm in the truck. You can see behind me there, I've got my kayak. So, I've got a pretty cool mini adventure planned. So, it's going to be an overnight adventure, and I'm heading north. And I'll fill you in as we go here. Okay, so we have arrived. There's our campsite, not very far off the road, but this is out in the middle of nowhere. So we're gonna do a wilderness camp out tonight. So there's the site. You can see we're right on the water. So I got the truck, I got the kayak, and there is a fire ban on this weekend, so there will be no fire. But you can imagine, there's your lookout. Try and show you this without falling down the hill here. Ugh. Yeah, I could put my lawn chair down here and have my whiskeys this evening. We're in a small lake, and it better go around that corner, otherwise this is a pond. But yeah, I've got a little spot here. I'm gonna set my lawn chair up for tonight, have some whiskeys, and there's the campsite up here. Although after a few whiskeys, these steps might get a little difficult. So you can see there's not a ton of room for a tent, although I guess you could put a tent where my truck is. But I'm gonna sleep in the truck. For those of you that have been following the channel, you know I had a 35-foot pull-type travel trailer. And I love that. We did a lot of cool stuff with that. Some might say that's glamping, which I'm fine with. But it was for when we had kids, when they were really, really young. I wanted a little bit of luxury. Nothing's worse than going camping, driving 3 hours or whatever, and it's raining all weekend. The kids are bored. They have nothing to do. Your campsite gets flooded out. So that's why we had the trailer. But I've since sold it, and I've really been enjoying getting back to simplicity. Again, last year, Steph and I went van camping, and it was so incredibly simple. It was really, really nice. For the type of camping we do, we're spending all day hiking, kayaking, fishing, swimming. So you really only need a camper to sleep in for the most part. So that's where the truck is going to work perfectly. So here, let me show you. So here is cribs, wilderness style. So my dirty truck, I should have cleaned this, but these, I got 2 of these. These are actually pretty good. You could open these up and fill them full of ice. There's little compartments, but I didn't bother to do that. But there's quite a bit of room here. These 2 seats are going to move forward, and these seats fold down, and you can fit a single mattress in here. The windows are tinted, so the sun shouldn't be a problem. And let me show you what it looks like. Okay, welcome back to Cribs. Here is my place. Look at that. You got a single foam mattress in there. The seats fold all the way back. You've got these pockets. Oh, that reminds me, I didn't get a magazine. I was going to get a magazine. But you got these pockets to hold stuff. A fan, a big fan there. Smaller fan over there right above my head. And then there you've got my kitchen table with my laptop on for movies and stuff. So I love these Canadian Shield lakes. Like, you got these cliffs, and I bet you it drops right down straight. You got some lily pads here. It's a nice lake. It's not a very big lake. Not a very big lake at all. This is actually probably the smallest lake I've ever fished. So I would suspect if I do catch fish, they're probably going to be on the smaller side. So as you can see here, I'm just popping a white curly-tailed jig. I started off with a husky jerk, trying to find active fish. That wasn't working. I switched it up to a weedless worm because there's quite a bit of weeds and lily pads, and sunken timber. That wasn't doing it. And I am marking fish, but they are at the bottom. So I thought I would have a smaller presentation and let it sink to the bottom and see if I couldn't coax a bite. Okay, so round one went to the fish. This is a very small lake. I kind of mapped it out with the depth finder and the fish finder. I was marking fish, but didn't get a single bite. There was a lot of little dinks. Lots of life in the lake, lots of food sources, and I was marking a ton of fish. But maybe it's too hot. I was fishing about 1 till 4, so not the best time to be fishing. So anyways, with all great defeats, I'm gonna mix a drink and lick my wounds. So I'm gonna get up a game plan here. I'm gonna have a whiskey and some dinner, and then I'll get back out for the evening bite. All right, so the bar tonight is serving whiskey as always, but I have something a little special. Crown Royal has these 26ers. They're flavored. They're apple, they're peach, blackberry, toffee or salted caramel. This one is vanilla, and this one's brand new. It's chocolate. So I'm trying these out. So we're gonna have some chocolate whiskey. Chocolate whiskey with ice, that's probably enough. And then we'll put a dab of water in it, and we'll lick our wounds and come up with strategy number 2. And this is my wilderness charcuterie board. We have turkey jerky. It rhymes. We have pork jerky. Doesn't rhyme at all. We have teriyaki beef jerky. We have fancy crackers. We have cheese curds. And we have a lovely pine needle garnish, which basically just looks like I've dropped the plate on the ground and it's covered in pine needles. So let's get rid of this. We'll go down to the water and enjoy some dinner. Not a bad view for dinner. Absolutely beautiful out here. This guy has been picking a fight with me all afternoon. We've almost gone at it a couple times. Now, He's sitting over top of my truck and my bar. I don't know whether he wants my whiskey or my food, but if he's not careful, he's gonna be my next dinner. This little bastard's stealing my water. Oh, I think we're gonna fight. He is. He's trying to take my water. Look at him. He's thirsty. There's a whole lake. Oh. There's a whole lake down there you can drink from. Why do you guys steal my water? That is a thirsty chipmunk. Sorry, squirrel. Like, he's bitten it. Like, how does he know there's water in that? Like, I guess his eyeballs would tell him, but there's a whole lake just a couple feet away. I guess I'll cut the top off so he can have a drink of water. Beats fighting him. Okay, so through some careful engineering and some mathematical equations, I have figured out how to make a water bottle for the squirrel. I thought about spiking it, but I'm not sharing. So there we go. I think we're going to avoid a fist fight here. He's back. Well, there's two of them. Guys, you have your water. Oh, they don't even... They're not even using the water bottle I gave them. All right, I've put it on the tailgate. They access the tree elevator. And now they can have water. Little bastards. We may fight yet. So here's the new strategy. I've had a few whiskeys to deliberate. Deliberate? Yeah, I think that's the word. To strategize. To strategize on what I'm going to do here. I'm going to start by going over here. You see those trees are in the water. Those branches continue into the water. That's about, as close as that is to the shore, that's about 20 feet of water. And I was marking fish there, but they weren't biting. So now we're into 7 o'clock at night. I'm going to go in there, and I think I'm going to drop tubes, jigs, maybe a weedless worm setup, try and dip it around the tree, see if I can't get anything. Then I'm going to move up. So this end of the lake is all the middle. It all slopes from the sides. It slopes very deeply into the middle, and it's like 20 feet. So I would think the fish are going to come up from the depths now that the temperatures come down a bit, and they're going to be in the shallows feeding on insects, bait fish, stuff like that. So I'm then going to move along the shoreline with a crankbait, my husky jerk. Now, up here where that hydro line is, there's a bit of a saddle. It shallows up to about 3 feet. It goes from 20 feet to 3 feet where that hydro line is. and then it gets deeper on the other side. So there's a saddle right here where you can see sort of a log sticking out and some rocks. So I think just before that, you know, obviously it's coming up from 20 feet to 3 feet. I think that's a place to be throwing a crankbait. Okay, this is round 2. This is what's called a roadie to help me get through the disappointment of another round like round 1. Just got to hit at the end there, just again, another dink. And I've downsized my tackle and it's still too big for them to hit. Like they're just chewing on the tail. Disappointing. By what I'd heard about this place, you know, it's stocked with trout and splake. There's smallies, there's largies, there's pike. This is a very, very small lake full of very, very small fish is what I'm thinking. And don't get me wrong, it's beautiful if you want to come here and camp, swim. But I'm starting to think there's nothing in here worth catching. Like even this jig is too big to catch the fish in here. They're just chewing on the tail. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put on my trusty Husky Jerk. It is a search bait for active fish. It has caught tiny fish before. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna work up the edge to that saddle and just see if there's any active fish in here that are hungry. Like I've had even the smallest fish hit this bait, so if there's even hungry tiny fish in here, they'll hit this. Like I don't, oh, there we go. There we go. No. Oh, I did. So there. There's what I'm talking about right there. Even a small fish will hit this. So I finally broke the ice. But that's not what we're looking for. I think as beautiful as this lake is, it is not a fishing lake. Well, shit, that was a lot of fishing without any catching. Still, it's a nice spot out here, but the fishing's not very good. So, as far as coming out, camping, swimming, paddling, just enjoying yourself, it's beautiful out here. Just wish the fish were on the tourism board, that's all. Oh well. I'm gonna finish this drink and we'll see what the night brings. All right, so it's been a good day. Didn't catch a lot of fish, but it's a new place. Nice to be outside, nice to be camping, nice to be trying something new. I've never camped in my truck before, and as you can see, I'm in for the night. I have my Blue Eddy AC70 charging. It's supposed to be charging my phone. It's charging my GoPro right now. It's going to be charging, if you guys, oh, you can't, oh, there it is. It's going to be charging my fan to keep me cool all night. It's probably also going to be hooked up to my computer so I can watch some movies. So I got a few movies here I'm going to check out. But, oh, and I got my bag of trail mix, which has been absolutely awesome.
Good morning. I look handsome in the morning. Looks like I've combed my hair with a pork chop. Ugh. Well, I would say that the the truck camping experiment was a success. I had a way better sleep last night than I thought I was going to have. I didn't have any problems. I had lots of room. Well, that might be an overstatement, but I had enough room to stretch out. I have a single mattress in here, so just a single foam mattress. So it was comfortable. I had my fan on. Here, I'll show you. I had that fan blowing on my head all night because it was a little bit warm, in the evening or last night, and then it got chilly early in the morning. But I had this fan running. I did not need this fan, but there's my bed. Like, it's nice. And then there's my Blue Eddy AC70 that's been charging all my equipment for the last day or so with no issues. And I love this center console. It's like a dining room table. You can put your laptop on it to watch movies, which I did last night. But no, this was awesome. No worries about animals, no worries about rain or anything like that. It's just so easy. And the beautiful thing is, you can see my tackle box and my coolers in the back of the truck. To get out of here, there's no takedown or anything. All I have to do is throw the kayak in the back of the truck and we're all packed up. So this type of camping is so simple, so easy. I'm gonna do it again. So I'm gonna get cleaned up, packed up, and maybe have my breakfast down by the lake. So I've had a great time here. A new lake, a new area I've never been to before, um, and camping in the back of the truck. Like, it is so simple, so easy. It allows you to get places that you couldn't get a trailer. Like, in this particular spot, you couldn't get a trailer or a motorhome or anything like that into. It's meant for tent camping, really. Um, Down the windy, tight service road. So, so no, it's been really nice. The fishing was a bit disappointing. I was led to believe that, when I did my research here, there was pike, smallmouth bass, largemouth bass. It's stocked with splake and trout. I find all of that hard to believe. Why would you be stocking a lake this small? And what are you stocking it with? Like 5 fish? Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So, um, in my experience, the fish are generally only going to be as big as their habitat allows them to be. So, in a lake this small, you're not going to have big fish. Um, if you guys look back on my trips to Joe Perry Lake, Bon Echo Lake, those lakes are bigger than this lake, but they're not very big lakes at all. and you would have seen the fish I pulled out of there. They were just like little 1-pounders, like they weren't big fish. So I think there are fish in this lake. I was marking fish, but as you saw, the fish I caught was so small. I think all the fish that are in this lake are just tiny, um, which is a little surprising. Like, yes, it's a small lake, but like as I've said before, like there's clouds of bugs on the water, clouds of water spiders, clouds of tadpoles. I've seen clouds of bait fish. Like, there should be tons of fish activity, of fish just pulling up to the buffet on this lake and gorging themselves. And I'm not seeing that. The fish I am seeing, they're very, very, very small. So I just think that's what you're going to get with this lake is, there's no real fishable fish in here. Unless I'm just not a very good fisherman, which could be fair. But that was my experience here. The fishing sucked, but to come out here for a one-night adventure, the views were awesome. It was nice just exploring the lake and mapping it out and trying to see if there was fish. Lots of frogs and stuff like that. So no, it was a fun time. So I'm going to get cleaned up here and head out. So you guys know what to do. If you like this content, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think. So I'm gonna get out of here. Cheers. There he is. There's the mouse. He's like, what the hell's going on, dude? Apparently I took something from the campsite home with me. That's crazy. There you go. Oh, there he goes.